A decorated Boston police officer is found cold and lifeless behind an SUV on a winter morning. His fiancée, a civilian analyst employed by the same department, is accused of cruelly reversing over him, leaving him to die in the snow. 2 trials, one halted by a mistrial, and in 2025 a stunning acquittal. This is the case of Karen Red, chillingly complex and deeply human, bringing you true crime stories that matter. Hit that subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification. Let's get started. The night of January 28, 2022, began like any other for Officer John O'Keefe, a respected 46-year-old patrolman with a sharp sense of duty and a fiancée he described as his rock. That evening, he left a social gathering with colleagues and ended up at his fiancée's home in Canton. Karen Red, 42, a finance specialist in the Boston PD's administration, had invited him over to decompress. By dawn, John was found behind her SUV, hidden beneath a layer of fresh snow, wearing only a t-shirt, socks, and winter boots. The vehicle had visible rear damage, taillight fragments scattered across the driveway. Police believed the chilling scenario was straightforward: intoxicated driving, tragic accident, and crude cover-up. But soon, what seemed cut and dry fractured into doubt, conspiracy, and conflicting forensic testimony. Investigators quickly drew a timeline. Karen allegedly drove over John sometime before 6 a.m., returned around 10 a.m., and called 911 near 11 a.m. Paramedics arrived and noted she was visibly shaken, telling them, "I hit him." Taillight pieces in snowfields matched her SUV. She was arrested later that day. Yet from the start, red flags emerged. Karen resisted taking a breathalyzer test until hours later. Snow trampled in the driveway made tire track analysis difficult. Investigating texts revealed departmental tensions. One detective called Karen a whack job, and a federal agent quietly wiped his phone. The official timeline suddenly looked less reliable. The Commonwealth's attorney framed the case clearly. An impaired reversal at around 24 miles per hour resulted in John's death. Evidence included tire tracks consistent with backing, taillight fragments embedded in snow, blood on the driveway floor and parts of Karen's jacket. Paramedics' testimony: "I heard the words, 'I hit him.' Call delay." She waited hours before seeking help. They argued that fear and confusion explained her actions. "Foolish, yes," they said. "Murderous? No." Still, they pressed the charge: second-degree murder. Karen's defense team crafted a radically different narrative. John was beaten inside the house, and someone, maybe even off-duty officers, moved the body behind the SUV later, framing Karen. Core defense points: medical testimony, skull fractures inconsistent with a low-speed SUV impact. Crime scene issues: no blood found on the taillight shards. Snow disruption: tracks may have shifted due to plowing. Missing evidence: no clear surveillance footage. Handwriting analysis unclear. Department bias: texts ridiculing Karen. Questionable chain of command involvement. Their argument: forensic data was too messy to convict beyond a reasonable doubt. Several moments defined the courtroom battle. Forensic reconstruction: experts using SUV replicas to replay the backup. Speed discrepancies emerged. Paramedics' statement: not a confession, but a trauma response. Google admission: a neighbor admitted searching "how long to freeze to death," used by prosecution to imply staging. Phone deletion: a federal agent deleted his device before evidence review, fueling doubts. First trial deadlock: an 8-4 jury split led to a mistrial. These moments highlighted the complexity of a case dominated by divided expert opinions and conflicting witness credibility. When retried in 2025, the jury again faced conflicting forensic evidence and ambiguous witness testimony. In the end, they found Karen not guilty on murder, manslaughter, and leaving the scene causing death, citing insufficient proof. She was convicted only on DUI, receiving probation. Karen's supporters hailed the outcome as justice served. But critics, including John's family, were left with lingering questions about whether accountability was denied due to institutional protection. The jury's uncertainty stemmed from multiple factors: snow altered forensic markers, tracks, blood patterns, debris, physical injuries inconsistent with vehicular trauma, missing forensic links, no blood on incriminating shards, procedural irregularity, text messages, deleted data, missing footage, expert disagreement, two respected sides telling different stories. Together, they chipped away at the prosecution's case, creating a foundation for reasonable doubt. This case isn't just about one death, it's a prism reflecting law enforcement accountability, how departments investigate their own, trust in forensic science. Evidence can be ambiguous in harsh conditions. Defense writes, the presumption of innocence stands against emotional cases. Depth of institutional bias, texts, deleted evidence, and layered mistrust challenge transparency. Post-acquittal, John's family filed a wrongful death civil lawsuit, a case they believe will shine light on internal failures. Civil trials have much lower proof thresholds, and new evidence may surface. Simultaneously, the Boston PD initiated internal reviews. Were standard protocols bypassed? Was internal bias at play? Meanwhile, the FBI reviewed whether departmental conduct crossed federal lines. Community activists have demanded independent oversight, citizen review boards, transparent handling of departmental conflicts. Snow complicates everything. Tire tracks shift, blood pools differently, and witness reliability drops. Even planned forensic protocols collapse in live environments. Doubt thrives in those cracks. When departments investigate themselves, transparency suffers. Independent oversight isn't optional. It's essential. Future developments to follow. Civil trial updates, key depositions, and new evidence. Boston PD review outcomes and recommendations. State-level reform proposals, citizen review boards, training reform. Media reaction, national true crime coverage, and ongoing public interest. Let these points stay with you. Evidence isn't absolute, especially when forensic data is messy. Institutional dynamics matter: who investigates and how. Legal systems rely on doubt to protect rights, not always to deliver closure. Civil suits may expose what criminal courts don't. The Karen Reed case will remain a topic of debate, and a cautionary tale about truth, doubt, and justice. To stay informed on civil rulings, departmental reviews, or prosecutor statements, like this video, comment your take, subscribe, and hit that bell for more true crime stories.